good, y'all? Welcome to day 3, weeks 5 and 6, so last 2 weeks of your at-home Kinstretch program. Today is accessories. So we got the wrists, elbows, ankles today. You'll see, as we've been doing the last couple weeks, all of our pels and rails are going to be max effort after one warm-up. Intensity up a little bit, so we'll just get right into it. So we'll start with that spinal segmentation. Let's get into that all fours. We got 3 here today. So we're going to start from that lumbar, slowly moving into extension. That head comes up last. Start back at that low back. Big exhale, push everything away. 2 more. Just moving nice and smooth. Doing your best to move 1 vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. Start back at that low back. Exhale, push everything away. Once more. Make sure you have a good, nice tension through your body. We're not forcing anything, we're just getting nice and warmed up. And exhale, push everything away. Perfect. All right, get these neck cars in. We got 2. So we'll start to draw that chin down. Rotate one way, hit that stopping point, drop the ear toward the back pocket as we look up. Ear towards that other back pocket, back down to that starting position. Once more here. Just breathe, especially through those sticky parts here. Ear towards that other back pocket, back down to that starting position. And let's take it right back. Rotate, drop the ear once you hit that stopping point. Slowly going up to extension, ear toward the other back pocket. Drawing that chin down, back to the starting position once more. Again, just moving nice and smooth at your own pace. Try not to rush through these. And perfect. Okay, thoracic. Big hug, and we'll start to fold down, rotate, drop that shoulder blade as we come up, shoulder blade toward that other back pocket, back down to that starting position. Once more. Just reaching for that max safest range of motion here. But just remember, we're not pushing through any pain points ever doing cars. Let's take it back, rotate, drop that shoulder blade, nice extension, keep that core tight, nothing's bleeding to that low back. Laterally flex as we come back to the starting position once more. Rotate that torso, drop that shoulder blade. Good extension, make sure you're breathing through this whole range of motion. And back down to that starting position. Perfect. Okay, let's get these scapulas next. Arms nice and strong and straight. We'll go 3 each way. We'll go forward, up, retract those scaps, peel them down. 2 more. Forward, up, back, down. Once more. Up, back, down. And then let's take it back the other way. So down, squeeze those shoulders back, up, let them roll forward. 2 more, down, retract. Keep that retraction as you come up. Roll them forward. Last one, squeeze, up, forward, and down. Okay, let's get elbows next. Glue those elbows to the side. We're gonna slowly bring those hands up, flip them in. They should be slightly inside the shoulders as we come down. And then let's bring it right back up. Flip, and down. Okay, 2 more. In, down, straight back up, out, down. Last one, up, flip, down, all the way back up, out, down. Okay, we'll go one wrist at a time. Remember, you want to keep that cell phone on your wrist. Act like you don't want to drop it. So we're going to slowly come down, in. Do your best to keep the palm towards the sky, out, down. Good, in, up, out, down. And then let's take it right back, down, out, up, in, down. Once more, up, in, down, and relax. Okay, switch that thing up. 2 here as well. So let's start to extend that palm down, come in, slowly come up to flexion as you come out, down. Once more this way, down, in, up, out. Just moving nice and slow, 1 mile an hour here. And then let's take it right back, down, out, up, in, down. Once more. Take your time, up, in, down, and relax. Perfect. Okay, knees and ankles next. So remember, you want to grab that hamstring here. We're trying to just rotate that lower leg, not the ankle. So let's rotate that whole tibia out. Extend up as much as you can, pain-free. Rotate in, back down. Straight out, up, in, down. And once more, out, up, in, down. And then we'll take it right back, up, out, down, all the way in, extend, out, down, last one, out, down. Okay, now let's grab that shin. We're gonna go ankles, so now we don't want the tibia rotating. So let's peel that feet down, in. Try to spread the toes as best as you can as you come up and out. Peel them together as you come down. In, up. Peel those toes as much as you can as you come down. And then let's take it right back the other way. Down, out. Spread the toes as you come up. Peel them down. Once more this way. Out, up, spread. In, peel them together as you come down. Perfect. Switch that thing up. So let's get that tibia here. So we're gonna rotate out, up, in, down, out, up. Again, you're just extending as much as you can, pain-free. Once more. And then keep it in. We're gonna go right back up, out, down, 2 more, up, out, down, last one, rotate, up, out, control that down. 2 ankle cars each way. So let's grab that tibia, start to bring the whole ankle down, in, spread them toes as we come up, out, peel them together as you come down. Once more this way, up, spread, out, down, and then take it right back, down, out, up, spread the toes, peel them together as you come down. Once more, up, spread, in, peel, and relax. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna get started on these wrists. So extension, same setup we've had. So we're gonna be in this quad position. Okay, what we're gonna do is you're gonna find that in range your stretch. So remember, as much forward as you can. You shouldn't be able to lift the fingertips up. If it's too intense, just sit back a little bit. And you always have the option to sit on something if it's too uncomfortable in this position. Okay, well, let's find our in range. We're gonna start with this light pails contraction. So remember, pails are driving the fingertips into the ground. Rails, you're driving the bottom of your palms into the ground, trying to lift those fingertips up. Okay, so this first one, just pails, about 50% max effort. So let's take a big breath in. Brace the core. And let's start to get those fingertips, thumb nice and heavy into the ground, 20% max effort. Double it up, 40. A little bit harder, 50, and hold. We got good tension through the whole body here. 10 seconds, keep pushing. 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, see if you can sink a tiny bit deeper. And now we have max safest effort, okay? 10 seconds each. All right, so with that next breath, here we go. Let's inhale, trap that air in the belly, and we'll start to drive those fingertips down into the ground once more, 20%, 40, 60, whole body's pushing, 80. Now max safest effort, hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Right to rails, 3, 2, 1. Now you're trying to lift those fingertips off the ground, driving the bottom of your palms into the ground, and hold. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. I know them rails can be a little intense, so on this next set, if you have to lighten it up a little bit, just fine. Right now, see if you can sink a little bit deeper once more. And we got one more, and we're gonna go right into a kinetic stretch today, okay? Okay, so here we go. Let's inhale, brace that core, and we'll start to drive those fingertips once more down into the ground, 20% max effort. 40, whole body's pushing at 60, 80, max effort, hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, right to rails, 3, 2, 1. Now try to lift those fingertips up off the ground, hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly relax. Okay, so we're gonna start at our in range. We got a kinetic stretch here. So what you're gonna do from here is you're gonna do a pails contraction. So you're gonna drive down into the ground as you pull yourself back. And then we're gonna go rails, try to lift the fingertips up as we pull ourselves forward. Okay, so 5 reps, then we'll go into some liftoffs. So let's initiate that pails contraction here, driving those fingertips into the ground and just slightly shift back. And then now rails, try to lift the fingertips up. If it comes up slightly, that's okay. Just sit back forward. 4 more, pails, drive those fingertips, slowly pull yourself back to about neutral. Rails, try to lift the fingertips up and drive yourself forward. 3 more, fingertips heavy into the ground, pails, little shift back. I'll try to lift the fingertips up, rails, pull yourself back forward. 2 more, fingertips heavy, drive yourself back, and rails, try to lift, pull yourself back forward. Once more. If it's a little too intense, just make your range of motion a lot smaller, all the way back. And now rails, pull yourself forward as you're trying to lift. Okay, take a couple recovery breaths. Now we're gonna get to a spot where we can lift about a 1/2 inch. We got 5 liftoffs, 10-second hold on this last one. Okay, so here we go, good tension. Bottoms of the palms heavy, lift those fingertips straight up and control it down. 4 more. Your tension, reach. Do your best to keep the fingertips strong and straight. Control it down. 3 more. Lift and hold. Control. Last 2. Straight up. Control. Okay, so we're nice and active here for 10 seconds. Don't lose the tension. Lift and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Whew. Okay, shake that thing out. You got 3 wrist cars. We'll do them both together. Okay, so let's start to bring them down. In. Might feel a little tender right now, so just take your time here. Up, out. 2 more. In, up, out, down. Last one. Perfect. And let's take it right back. Down, out, up, in, down. 2 more. Again, just take your time. Really just try to segment those wrists and your full range of motion. Up, in, last one, and down. Perfect. Okay, so I forgot to mention, if you need a PVC or a block, both optional today, I'll show you with both, but we're about to get to our elbow. Okay, so we're gonna continue on our pronation. So I'll do this first side without the PVC, and then I'll do the second side with it. Okay, so we're gonna pronate in as much as we can. Okay, we're gonna start with our pails and rails. First one, nice and light. Second one, our second 2 are gonna be max effort. Okay, so remember pails, we're trying to rotate up like this, but the hand's not gonna let you. Rails, you're trying to rotate down back towards the ground using that elbow. Okay, so let's get this first pails here. Let's just come right here. All right, so let's take a big breath in. And we're slowly gonna start to rotate that fist up into that thumb or hand at 20% max effort. Double it up, 40. A little bit harder, 50, hold. Good. 10 seconds here, keep rotating up into that hand best you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, if you can, try to rotate down a little bit more. These next 2, pails and rails, max safest effort, 10 seconds. Okay, so here we go. Big breath. Brace the core and start to rotate up into that hand at 20%. 40, 60, harder, 80, max effort, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Rails, if you want a little feedback, try not to let yourself pull up. So 3, 2, 1, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, see if you can get a little bit deeper here as we take these recovery breaths. We got 1 more, and we're gonna do eccentrics and liftoffs today. Okay, so here we go. Big breath in, trap that air in the belly, and let's start to rotate up into the hand once more, 20% max effort. 40, 60, 80, max effort, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Right to rails, 3, 2, 1. I'll try to rotate down towards the ground for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, eccentrics. This is when you're gonna give yourself tension with the top hand, but you're gonna fight it up to neutral, and you're gonna give yourself feedback, but let the top hand win. okay? So we're here. Give yourself a little feedback, and let's start to rotate all the way up. Elbow stays nice and tight toward the side, all the way back down. 4 more like that. Good tension. Rotate, so you're fighting up with that thumb. Good. All the way back down. 3 more. Good tension. Rotate, rotate. You should feel that forearm, elbow, nice and contracted. 2 more. Good tension. Rotate, rotate, all the way back to neutral. Last one. Good tension. Rotate, rotate, and relax. Okay, so liftoffs now. Wherever your in range is, you're gonna come up out of it just a little bit. Hold that top hand there just so you know where your in range is at. And we're just gonna lift right off of it, okay? By rotating that fist, elbow down towards the ground. Okay, so here we go. Good tension, drive the elbow, lift, and relax. Each time we're trying to get a little bit more range of motion. Rotate, lift, relax. 3 more. Rotate, nice and active at the end. Relax. Last 2. Rotate, rotate, relax. Last one, biggest one. Rotate and relax. Okay, right to our axials, 3 each way. So we're going to rotate all the way out. Fight for as much as you can. And then all the way in as much as you can. 2 more. Keep that elbow nice and tight toward the side. Rotate out. And then all the way back in. Last one. Straight out. Reach, reach. All the way back in. Okay, and then we'll start with our cars here. So if you want to start palm out, come up, in, down, right back up, out, down. 2 more. Flip, down, boom, down. Last one. And then straight back up. Perfect. Nice. One side down. I'm gonna grab the PVC and we're gonna match this other side. So if you are using this, you can kind of see a little easier for feedback here. Okay, so you're gonna rotate all the way down as much as you can to pronation. Again, pails up, rails, holding your position down. Okay, so glue that elbow. I'm gonna start with this light pails here. So let's take a big breath in. Trap that air in the belly. And now I'm trying to rotate up towards the sky at 20%. Double that tension, 40. A little bit harder, 50, and hold. 10 seconds. Keep driving up into that opposite hand for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Okay, see if you can pull it down just a little bit more using that opposite hand. Couple recovery breaths. And we got 2 max effort here. Okay, here we go. So let's take a big breath in, brace the core, and let's slowly start to rotate up into that hand once more, 20%, 40, whole body's tight, 60, keep pushing, 80, max effort, hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, right to rail. So if you want to try to pull up with the opposite hand, don't let yourself. 3, 2, 1, hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, see if you can get a little bit deeper once more. And we got one more set here, and we'll go right to our eccentrics. Okay, here we go. So next breath, let's inhale. Trap that air in the belly, and we'll start to rotate up into that bottom hand at 20% max effort. 40, 60, 80, max effort, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, rails, hold your position. 3, 2, 1, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly relax. Okay, so right to eccentrics, tension with this bottom hand. We're gonna rotate up to neutral, okay? All right, so here we go. Good tension. Fight with that opposite hand. You're gonna let it win as you rotate all the way up to neutral and then all the way back down. Good tension. Keep that same tension through that whole range of motion as we rotate all the way up. You should feel that forearm again, all the way back down. 3 more. Tension, tension. Last 2. Good tension through that top hand. Keep that elbow nice and heavy on the side so it's all coming from that elbow. Once more. Fight that thing up. Rotate, rotate. And perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna get to a spot where we can lift off just slightly from that top hand, okay? 5 reps. So here we go, good tension, rotate, lift, ooh, relax. 4 more, straight up, rotate, relax. Last 3, rotate, relax. Each time trying to get a little bit more range of motion. Last 2, rotate. Keep that elbow super tight so it's not your wrist working here. Last 1, rotate. And relax. Nice. Okay, right to our axial rotations. So if you're in, we'll start to rotate out. And you're fighting for as much as you can. And then all the way back in. Really active at the end. 2 more. Rotate, reach, reach. All the way back in. Rotate, rotate. Nice. Last 1, all the way out. And then all the way back in. Perfect. Okay, 3 elbow cars. So elbow tight, palm out. Let's bring it up. Flip, down, right back up. Flip, down. 2 more. In, down, up, out, down. Last 1. Down. And then straight back up, down. Nice. Okay, upper done. Just got these ankles. So I'll get this out the way. Okay, so similar, we'll go one side at a time. If you do need a block to sit up on today, feel free. I'm gonna use one. So we're right here, working on that dorsiflexion. So you're gonna sit forward as much as you can. Keep the heel on the ground. Knee coming over the toe as much as feels comfortable. But you feel a nice little stretch here and here. And then this is where we're gonna work, okay? So once you get to that good position, we're gonna start with this light pails. So again, pails, driving down into the ground, rails, heel heavy, trying to lift the toes up. Okay? So here we go. Let's take a big breath in. Brace the core, and we'll start our light pails. driving those toes down into the ground, 20% max effort. 40, a little bit harder, 50, and hold. So the heel and toe is super heavy here. Keep that tension. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, see if you can shift a tiny bit forward here. Now these next two, max safest effort. Okay, here we go. So let's take that big breath in, brace the core, and we'll slowly start to get those toes, heel nice and heavy, 20%, 40, 60, whole body's pushing, 80. Now max safest effort, hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Right to rails, 3, 2, 1. Now you're trying to lift those toes straight up, drive the heel for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, once more, see if you can sink just a little bit deeper. But make sure that the heel stays on the ground to the best you can. It's fine if it's a tiny bit up. Okay, so one more, and then we're gonna go right to a kinetic stretch today, and then we have liftoffs. All right, so here we go. Next breath, let's inhale, brace the core, and we'll start to drive those toes nice and heavy, 20% max effort. 40, 60, harder, 80, max effort, hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, right to rails, drive the heel and try to lift straight up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly relax. Okay, so kinetic stretch here. We haven't done these, so similar. We're gonna start in our in range, pails, pushing down into the ground as you sit back a little bit. Rails, try to lift the toes up, drive yourself forward. Okay, so we got 5 reps. So start at that in range, initiate that pails contraction, so heavy in the toes, little shift back, and then rails, try to lift the toes up, drive that knee forward. 4 more, push the ground down and away as you slowly shift back, and now drive the heel, try to lift. It's fine if they lift up a little bit, hinge forward until they're all still on the ground. 3 more, push the ground away, little shift back, and now try to lift those toes up, pull yourself back forward. 2 more, drive into the ground, pull yourself back, and now rails, try to lift, drive yourself forward. Last one, heavy in the ground, push yourself away, and now heavy in the heel, try to lift, drive yourself back forward. Okay, so now we're gonna get to a spot where we can lift straight up. Okay, just a little bit. We got 5 lifts, 10-second hold on the last one. Okay, so let's get that good tension. Brace the core, heavy heel, lift. You're super active at the top and control it down. 4 more. Good tension. You're thinking reaching forward and lift. Feel these front tibia muscles nice and fired up. Control. 3 more. Good tension. Lift. Heel is super duper heavy. Control. So it's just fine if you feel it in like your groin or hip as well. 2 more. Straight up. Lift. Control. Okay, don't lose the tension here. We're holding for 10 seconds. So good tension, reach, lift, and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Nice. Okay, 3 ankle cars here. So grab that tibia. We'll start to go down, in, spread them toes as we come up, peel them down. 2 more. Out, down, once more. And then let's take it right back, down, out, spread as we come up, peel them together as you come down. 2. Peel, last one. And nice, relax. Okay, one side down. Let's just match up this other side. Okay. So you see one side might feel a little different than the other, which is just fine. Okay, I'm gonna sit up again on this side. So we're gonna hinge forward until you get that nice stretch in the ankle. Okay, so we'll start with these light pails once more. All right, so here we go. So let's take a big breath in, brace the core, and start to get those toes nice and heavy into the ground. 20% max effort. 40. A little bit harder, 50, and hold. Good. 10 seconds here. Keep those toes nice and heavy into the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Okay. See if you can sink just a tiny bit. If not, it's okay. So we're gonna start our max effort here. So with that next inhale, let's trap that air in the belly. Start to drive those toes, heel down into the ground. 20% max effort. 40. Whole body's pushing now. 60. 80. Now max safest effort. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Right to rails. 3, 2, 1. Now heavy heel. Try to lift those toes up and hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Okay, see if you can sink a little bit deeper here for this last one. We got one more, then we go right to our kinetic stretch. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a big breath in. Brace the core. And we're gonna start to get nice and heavy in the toes. 20% max effort. 40, 60, harder, 80. Here we go, max effort, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Right to rails. 3, 2, 1. I'll try to lift those toes up off the ground and hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And slowly relax. Okay, now starting at your end range, we're gonna go right to this kinetic stretch. So let's initiate that pales contraction. So you're driving those toes down. Keep the tension as we slightly hinge back. And now rails, try to lift the toes up. Drive that knee back forward. 4 more. Pales, heavy in the ground with the toes. Slightly shift yourself back. And now heavy heel, try to lift. Again, it's fine if they actually come up off the ground, but drive yourself back forward until they don't. 3 more, push the ground away. Slowly drive yourself back. And now heavy heel, try to lift, drive yourself forward. 2 more, pales, heavy in the ground. Pull yourself back a little bit. Rails, try to lift. Hinge forward. Last one. Push those toes into the ground. Shift. And now heavy heel. Try to lift. Pull yourself back to that end range. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to sit back a little bit until now you can lift. Again, about a 1/2 inch. 5 reps. 10-second hold on the last one. Okay, so let's get good tension. Drive the heel. Lift and control it down. 4 more. Good tension. It's like you're driving forward and up. Lift. Control it down. Last 3. Good tension. Drive. Lift. Control. Last 2. Then we're holding. Good tension. Reach. Lift. Relax. Okay, here we go. Don't lose the tension. Drive that heel, lift and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly relax. Nice. Okay, we'll just end with these cars. So if you want to grab the front of your shin, we got 3 each way. Let's start to drive the ankle down, in. Spread those toes as we come up. Peel them together as we come down. 2 more. Up, spread, down, together. 1 more. Out, down. And then let's take it right back. Down, out, spread as we come up. Peel them together as we come down. 2 more. Spread as you come up. Peel as you're coming down. Last one. Out, up, in, down, and nice. That's a wrap, y'all.